Hello everyone, welcome. My name is Adam J. Pestridge and welcome to a P3D Chat. Guys, let's have a little chat, shall we? Why the colour difference is there? Like, that's a bit weird. I'm just in the middle of getting ready, right? Going out for a birthday meal with my sister. And I thought, this is a video I've been meaning to do for a while, which will be coming in the next few days. It's all about the scenery library. You know, I've speaking to a few people, and a lot of in Facebook groups, a lot of issues with, especially with P3D version 5, with the scenery library, and even earlier versions, and people having issues and sort of not knowing the order of things and or how the scenery library even works. So I'm going to do a separate video on that. That's going to be coming in the next few days. Keep an eye out for that. But for this one, I thought, have a chat. If you've got any questions, just feel free to and ask. But I'm going to be talking about frame rates and the secret sauce on how to get great frame rates. Hello, Nib. How to get great frame rates, no matter what airplane you're flying in P3D, more specifically version 5, but this really does apply to versions 1 to 4. It applies to FSX. No, actually, it doesn't apply to FSX, sorry. It only applies to P3D. I've never flown X-Plane, so I don't really know, I'm afraid. But if you want to get great frame rates on every single flight, no matter what plane you're flying, no matter what scenery you're using, what high-quality airports you've got, and you want to get high frame rates, then I'm going to tell you the secret sauce, basically, right now, just as I get addressed. So basically, yeah, I mean, we've seen this time and time again where, you know, you load up the default P3D and it's like, it looks like crap, but performs great. 250 frames per second. It's so smooth, but it looks like garbage because it's default, you know. It's like the textures just look, and the planes are okay, you know, they're flyable, they're fine. But it's the landscape and it's the weather, it's the cloud texture, it's just everything looks crap. So you think, you know what, I'm going to go out, I'm going to buy a few add-ons to make this look great. Let's get a weather program in there. Let's get a texture pack for the landscape. Let's get a region for this area that I'm in. Let's get these airports because they're so cool looking compared to default. And the more you start throwing in, you know, the frame rate starts to dip from 250, and then you throw in a camera system and it goes down to like, you know, 15 basically, and you're like, oh man, it's like a slideshow now. I'm watching like a flip book here, like a really bad flip book, you know, where it's like 10 to 15 frames, maybe 20, and it's like, I want to achieve like 50 plus frames. Well, you can, okay? Now, we're not talking about in terms of your graphics card and your monitor and sort of syncing up the refresh rate and all that. Not talking about any of that, okay? We've done all that, okay? So this is now an add-on, as it were. So okay, I fly with PMDG, I fly with Carenado planes, I fly basically with every single type of planes, even default, and freeware, right? And some are more intense than the others. Like PMDG really nail your frame rate. You know, now in P3D version 5, it ain't that bad. You know, they're actually quite tuned for performance. But when you add that with sort of Latin VFR, UK 2000, a lot of the airports, then there is a frame rate difference. And even more so when you throw in like Chase Plane or Active Sky or Orbex and stuff like that. And it's like the frames just go bye-bye and start to dip. But there is a way you can save that. There is a way you can achieve high frame rates, right? Inside your menu, and as you can see, I ain't got it available, okay? Go inside your menu, and under one of the options tabs, it's, I think, World or Scenery, something like that. You'll see at the very top, it'll say Profiles, okay? And you'll click, and it'll most likely just say Default or Custom, okay? But if you, for instance, if anybody out there uses the Black Marble products, and you have the support that you still got when you bought your, you know, your package, you will notice there is a section specifically aimed for P3D version 4, and I think the new one for version 5, on how to streamline your sim to get the best out of Black Marble night lighting. and it basically tells you exactly where to have your sliders, you know, and you'll untick options. Like, you don't, at nighttime you're not going to see reflections, you're not going to see water detail, you know, so get rid of all that. You know, you're not really going to see texture detail either in the middle of the night, so that can go down low. You're not going to see the sharpest of mountains, so that can go down low. A lot of stuff can actually be dialed down to get performance out of the sim, so your night lighting looks fantastic. Your draw distance obviously is going right up to the max, and now your night lighting looks fantastic, you know, but that's specific to the nighttime. So you'll save that as a profile and you'll call it black marble, you know, and every time you go flying at night, you'll load that profile in, right, for specifically a nighttime flight, you know, and then when you go to daytime, you'll get rid of it because obviously it'll look like rubbish if you do. Well, it's exactly that same process. You know, when you're flying with PMDG, what's most important? The airplane systems, or the fact that you can see the trees down on the floor from 42,000 feet? You know, because for me, it's what's in the cockpit when I'm at 42,000 feet, which is most crucial. And then when I'm on the ground, yes, I want to see, hey, Brian, how's it going, mate? I want to see some detail at the airport, so I do want to see scenery objects, but, you know, I don't need to see draw distance going out like 1,000 miles, so that can be dialed down, you know, and really fine tune your flight to a profile. So, you know, me personally, this is the secret sauce now, is basically using profiles to maintain your frame rate. So I have a PMDG profile, I have a UK 2000 profile, I have a Fly Tampa profile, a Coronado profile, a Skyforce profile, I have a day and a night profile, I have a VFR and an IFR flight profile. I have a profile literally for every single type of flight I am going to take. And every single profile is tuned for my sim reaching a certain frame rate in the corner, right? And that is it, right? If it doesn't achieve that frame rate, then I adjust the slider settings until it does. And it also looks visually appealing on the ground when I'm at the airport. So no matter what I'm flying, no matter where I'm flying, I can achieve the frame rate that I want to achieve. Now, my frame rate I want to achieve is 30 frames. And if you want to find out why, I did a video on achieving a set frame rate a few videos back. Go check it out. But yeah, that's the secret sauce, guys, is use your profiles that you have within P3D to achieve the frame rate you want to achieve. You can achieve any frame rate you want. Use 60 frames. If your machine can handle 60 frames with PMDG aircraft, Latin VFR with Orbex Southern California, go for it. Do you know what I mean? But use your profiles to achieve that. Don't think, well, I set all my sliders to the right, tick every single box. That works with my default aircraft. Man, I'm going to climb in the 777 PMDG and it's going to work. No, it ain't going to work, mate. You're going to find it's a slideshow taking off. You know, forget it. So, you know, minimize some sliders, make it smooth, and then you can achieve what you want to achieve. So, I mean, seriously, anybody's got any questions or anything, feel free to ask. There's a video coming in the next few days on the scenery library. Okay, I talk about how to use it, how to maintain it, what's important in version 5, what's not important, how the previous versions have worked, and how it's supposed to be layered, and how it's supposed to be working basically to make a smooth sim. So that's coming in the next few days. But seriously, the secret sauce to achieving a high frame rate in P3D is the use of profiles. You know, once you set your frame rate and stop it from dancing around all over the place, going from 20 to 30 to 50 to 60 to 15 to 20, you know, lock it to a single number, you will have a smoother flight, because the rest of the power that goes into your sim, once your frame rate achieves that single number, loads up your scenery, so you don't get blurries and you don't get problems, you don't get stutters, basically. That's basically it. That's the secret sauce, guys. You know, use profiles for every single flight. Night, day, IFR, VFR, PMDG, Coronado, you know, even an Orbex one I've got. In fact, I've even actually copied other Sims videos, which is the worst thing you can do, okay? Anybody who's going, oh, Matt Davies did a video, or Rob Azinkoff did a video here, and his settings are showing, and I'm going to copy them down. Only if you have the exact same machine and add-ons as him is it going to work in your sim. Copying somebody else's settings will not work for you, because you've got a different setup. You've got different add-ons, different planes, different hardware, and really you've got to experiment yourself. You really got to, you know, do things yourself, experiment, and then go, right, that works for me. But the one thing that's constant for every flight simmer is that set frame rate. Locking your frame rate to a set number that's in line with your monitor and graphics card, when they're all singing the same tune, you're honestly going to have such a smooth flight, and you can achieve any frame rate you want with the use of profiles. And that, my folks, is the secret sauce. Anyway, man, I've still got to get ready. I haven't even been getting ready during this conversation. So, guys, if you've got any questions, just type them out now. Because I got to get dressed, man. So, yeah. Check out the video coming up, Scenery Library. It's always going to be about P3D version 5 from now on. But the same logic, the same mechanic of what I say can be applied to version 4 and previous versions and possibly FSX. But I don't use X-Plane at all, so I don't know anything about it. Therefore, I can't give any advice about it. I can't say anything about it because I've never used it. Actually, no, I tell a lie. I have used it, sorry. I did use it, sorry. I did use the trial version. Yes, I did install it, and I found it absolutely rubbish. But I think that was because I hadn't used it long enough, and it was a trial version, and I think it only lasted like 24 hours or something. I can't remember. But I don't really... I'm totally happy with P3D. Totally happy with P3D. I have no interest in what's coming up, to be honest. I've used it. Okay. You know. I hope it all the success, but it ain't for me, man. I'd rather something reliable and something that's backed by a better entity than a business that is looking for profit. And yeah, hopefully the community stick with it, stay on it. You know, I don't want it to turn into Microsoft Flight. You're right, Brian, you couldn't get on with X-Plane. The camera management was too complex and I wasn't happy with the weather. The weather seemed like, from what I've seen in videos of people X-Plane, like we have the same like clouds and stuff now as like X-Plane. Like the same kind of lighting almost, the way lighting bounces off surfaces and stuff. That looks similar to X-Plane. It's almost like P3D's turned into X-Plane a little bit, you know? But I don't know, maybe X-Plane's evolved even more with Vulkan. I don't know. I haven't even seen a single video with that applied, with Vulkan being used. I think it's still in beta, isn't it? But I've honestly not seen a single video about it, because it's not that bothered, to be honest. I'm totally happy with P3D. I love my P3D version 5. I got no qualms with it. I think it runs beautifully if you know how to use it. If you're getting crashes all the time, jump in my Discord, go to the Free Flight Assets channel in my server, and there's a fitch. What the hell's a fitch? There is a glitch fix for the crashes if they are a GPU crash. If you have other types of crashes, if it's your sim, then it's something else. But you know, you're happy with it, mate. P3D gang, that's what we are. The P3D. Be prepared. That's what it is. Prepared, isn't it? Be prepared. I mean, if it's good enough for real pilots, it's good enough for me. That's what I think. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna love you and leave you now, and I shall see you in the virtual skies, and I will see you in the virtual skies because VATSIM flying for me is on the horizon, coming up thick and fast. As soon as I can finish my virtual pilot's life, I will be flying in the VATSIM skies in every flight. So, memes galore, basically. Guys, this is me signing off over and out. See you on the next one. Bye.